What's up, guys? It's your boy Jalen here on another episode of Elevated Minds. Today's episode is going to be called Get Comfortable Being Uncomfortable. All right, so it's going to be a really good one because this one is going to really talk about how we need to get out of our comfort zone, and we need to learn that if we want to grow and if we have goals and big things you want to do in life, you're going to have to grow. And in order to grow, you're going to have to be uncomfortable, because in the discomfort is where, you know, the character is built, the discipline, all these things that you need to even get to the goals that you're trying to get to. Because big goals require, I won't say sacrifice, well, yeah, they do require some sacrifice, and they require some hard work, some persistence, some dedication, you know. And that goes back to one of my other videos where I talked about dedication over motivation, because motivation comes and goes. It comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning, there's some days you just don't feel like doing anything. You know what I'm saying? There's some days where you're tired, and that's when dedication comes in. So, you know, but that's another part of growth. Being dedicated is doing something when you really don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you have your little goals that you're supposed to do every single day, and if you don't work towards them, then you're not getting anywhere. So growth is actually learning how to be uncomfortable, you know what I mean, in order to get to, you know, it's a small sacrifice, but you're being uncomfortable right now so you can get to, you know, whatever the reward is. For example, if you're trying to be a doctor, you're going to go to school for 8 years, 10 years, however long, and, you know, do the practice, got to go through all the whole shebang. But it's going to be hard. You know, you got to do a lot of studying. You got to read a lot of books. You got to write a lot of papers. You got to, you know, do a lot of discussion groups. You got to, you know, talk to a bunch of people, do a lot of group projects. You got to do a lot of things, a lot of practice, a lot of hours, like hands-on hours to get to that. But that's painting a picture for you. We need to be that dedicated in any type of goal. Like, whatever your goal is, if you're trying to be, you know, a better musician, or if you're trying to be a better father or a mother, whatever it might be, we have to learn that you're gonna have to go through some discomfort in order to get there, because the learning process is hard. You know, you're trying and you're failing, you're trying and you're failing, you're tweaking a little bit, getting a little bit closer, and then you're failing again. And that's uncomfortable. Losing over and over and over again is not really a very comfortable thing for a lot of people, especially if you're used to, you know, winning all the time, or you feel like you need to be winning to have that validation. There's going to be times where you're going to have a lot of losses, but you got to look at it in a different light. And, you know, discomfort when it comes to losing, look at it as you're still getting one step closer to whatever your goal is. So you got to look at it as not a loss, but another step forward. And that's what failure is. Writing a book about it, actually, The Leap of Failure. The thing is, we fear failure because we feel, like I said, I've said it in another video, but sometimes it gets a little repetitive, but it all ties together. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to be uncomfortable when it comes to this stuff, because failure is a normal part of life. But it's not even, you know, they say it's failing as far as like you're done, like shame, disgrace. But you don't need to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as a terrible thing. Look at it as really a learning tool, learning curve. Every single time you fail, okay, so this way didn't work, but I did notice I got closer because I tweaked that a little bit and I tried it this way, a little nudge to the left. And so it's really like a big pivot. That's what life is. You're pivoting and you're figuring out. Everybody is just figuring stuff out. And one thing that I've figured out is that life is just sometimes uncomfortable when you're trying to grow. You know, people make growth seem, you know, so glamorous and so beautiful, when it is when you get to the other side. But once you're going through that process, like, there's a process, you know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people, like, you see a lot of rappers or famous people, they say things like, you know, trust the process, because there's a long period of when, you know, you're not famous, you know, you don't have that many followers, you don't have that many views on your videos. Look at me, I'm just starting out myself, so I can understand where they're coming from. It's, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable because it's part of the process, you know what I mean? And so I really admire people that, really worked and went through that, the phase of people, saying, oh man, you're crazy, you don't know what you're doing, like, you should do something else, that's not gonna work, that plan is trash, you know what I'm saying? But they stuck to their guns and they had a vision and they went for it. It's uncomfortable. You're gonna lose along the way, you're gonna trip, you're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, but you know what? At the end of the day, you're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta make sure you're stepping towards it every day, no matter how uncomfortable it is. You gotta remember, you gotta keep your eye on the goal. That's the main reason for you pushing in the first place. So this is gonna be a really long video, guys. I just wanted to tell y'all, man, get comfortable being uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with some discomfort. No one wants to be uncomfortable for long periods of time, but if you can get into the practice of accepting it for what it is and actually looking at it as a positive, as to getting to where you're trying to go with any type of growth and stuff like that, try doing some practices and apply it, because I'm telling you, once you change that part, that mindset, change that in your mind, that that way we won't just totally avoid discomfort because it's a part of life and we need to embrace that discomfort, then you're gonna see a shift change in your consciousness. You're gonna start thinking differently. You're not gonna be afraid of it. That's the thing, we're afraid. Leading in fear is, that's a whole another ball game. I got another video on that, how to overcome your fears, so y'all need to check that one out if you haven't already. Anyways, I don't want to prolong this video, guys. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. I challenge you guys this week, do something that scares you, that frightens you, or that may, it might be a challenge or something like that, or something that it might be out of your comfort zone. I challenge you to do that this week. I'm gonna do something as well. I already try and do one thing every week, which is go on a hike every single week. That's something me and my cousin started. So it's interesting, but hey, I'm getting in better shape. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable because I hate cardio and stairs and heights and stuff. I hate all that stuff, but it's something that really gives me confidence. That's another thing. The more that you do these things that bring you discomfort and you overcome it and you come out on the other side, you're gonna notice your confidence level is gonna just go. It's gonna rise up, and that's due to you overcoming that discomfort, because we're scared of it, but on the other side is power. So, all right, y'all. Hope you guys learned something. I hope I provided y'all some value. If I did, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on my social medias, and we got some more stuff coming your way. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Be blessed and stay elevated.